We have only actually one Adventist university, but we have many non-Adventist universities. So we also utilize the students in the public campuses. And among the students who made, or rather who gave themselves to do the service, is Farida Rotich. In our recruitment, we have expectations as per the looks and how these people should be. But Farida did not look very nice.
I come from Eldoret, a place called Kapseret, Simat. I joined Egerton University for bachelor's degree in animal science, and I completed in 2019. I had a lot of challenges financially for upkeep, and I was so desperate. I knew that during my long holiday, I was going to look for a work to work as a housemaid. But luckily, Pastor came during our first bus. He promoted the program, and I really liked it because I knew it was a breakthrough for me.
And I was a bit biased when she came, but she had to come anyway. She has given herself to the ministry.
April 2016, when it was long holiday, we had agreed that we are going to Nairobi.
On the material day when she was coming to Nairobi, she called me using a passenger's mobile phone because she did not even have her own mobile phone. And
the way Pastor perceived me, it was different. He was so discouraged, actually. He kept asking me, "You mean at this era you don't have a phone?"
And it was like very difficult in my mind. I actually got very disappointed, thinking, how am I going to operate with someone who does not even have a mobile phone?
I was a village girl, very naive, timid. I was so young and unexposed. And now I was going to Nairobi. I didn't knew the location. I didn't know exact location of Nairobi, and I really didn't knew how Nairobi was. I made a call to him, and he came for me.
After 2 days training, we had to go out for work. And I went with her, another student. So I told her not to go far because I would take each student for like 1.5 hours and pick her.
I didn't know why he said so, but for me, I was so determined because I knew that God is faithful and God was going to see me through this journey. He chose to take the first girl called Carol to show her how to canvas, and then he left me because, of course, he knew that I was not appealing to the clients, and maybe I could not sell. But immediately after Pastor left and took that student, I stayed behind, and then since when he was introducing us, he had previous on how to sell books. At least I had an idea of how to meet clients and how to market the book.
But interestingly, when I went with Farida, she just came. She was not very smart, but she was still very willing to do God's work. It was very exciting. But in like 15 minutes or so, she had already sold 2 books, one Positive Mind and Discover Your Worth. I was like excited. Even before I had even made a sale, she had already made sales.
Pastor was so surprised when I told him that I have sold these 2 books. And I think from there, he changed the attitude. I was so surprised and I was very happy, very happy. And hope now came into me, and I knew that I was going to sell. I was so determined.
Farida stayed with us for a period of 3 months. During that period, she was actually a great encouragement to other students. I was even amazed and even looked at myself and thought probably I had made the wrong judgment, because eventually God used her in a very mighty way to encourage other students. And after the entire summer program, Farida left the program number 1. She was the first student with a high scholarship. Actually, she went with a double scholarship. And when she was going back to the school, she was actually the greatest motivation. When I went again now for another recruitment, she was actually the person recruiting the students. She was the motivation. She gave testimonies, and many students joined the program. Interestingly, now when she came back to Nairobi again, she got a favor just one of our clients liked her and decided to give her a full scholarship during all her stay in school, and also she gave her a scholarship to China. She got a full passport, fare, and upkeep for a whole month in China. It's amazing how God can use his work to bless his own people. Farida is one person who enjoys the books. Interestingly, after now graduating, she has bought all our books. She has a whole library, all the encyclopedias. She has the children books, marriage books. Now she's gotten married in the recent past, but interestingly, she has decided to have a whole library. She's a great motivation. She told me her husband and herself, they read all these books in the family every day. Though they may have been the wrong people in my sight, God knows who to call, and sometimes we may be making the wrong judgment. I must confess I made a mistake, but God knew that he was calling the right person. Of course, what we say is that God does not call the qualified, but he qualifies the called. Thank you.